All right, so you think you've finally gotten a handle on AI, with tools like ChatGPT? Well, buckle up because the next massive shift is already here. We are moving way beyond AI that just talks to us and into a world of AI that acts for us. This is the story of Agentic AI, and trust me, it's about to change how we build, well, everything.
Okay, let's just jump right in. The leap we're talking about is absolutely huge. Think about it. It's the difference between an AI that can answer a question for you and an AI that can take your request and then go and complete an entire multi-step project. This is the move from large language models to what people are now calling large action models. One responds, the other acts. So to really get a feel for just how big this leap is, we got to take a quick look at how AI has been evolving. You can see this really clear progression, right? First up, we had predictive AI, which used data to tell us what might happen. Then, of course, generative AI came along and started creating all this new content for us. But agentic AI, that's the next logical step. It's proactive. It doesn't just predict or create, it actually does things. And this brings us right to the heart of this whole revolution. You know, we're moving away from a world where we have to click through a bunch of menus and interfaces to tell a computer how to do something, and into a world where we just state our intent. We just say what we want to achieve. So the key here is this continuous loop. An AI agent is basically a piece of software that you give a goal to, and it just goes. It observes, it decides, it acts, and then, this is crucial, it learns from the results. And it keeps repeating that cycle over and over and over again until the job is done.
So what really makes an agent different from, say, a chatbot? Well, it boils down to these four things. One, it's goal-driven, not just responding to a single prompt. Two, it actually uses tools. It can browse the web, it can access a database, you name it. Three, it has memory, so it maintains context from step to step. And most important of all, it's got autonomy. It can plan and execute tasks without you having to hold its hand. You can kind of think of these capabilities as its five powers. These agents can pretty much see, hear, reason, act, and remember. I mean, these are complex systems built from the ground up to understand their environment and then take action on their own to hit the goals you set for them. This quote here from Sandeep Alora over at Microsoft, man, it just nails it. The key word for me is orchestrates. An agent isn't just doing one single thing. It's coordinating this complex workflow of many actions to get to that final outcome. It's a conductor for a digital orchestra. Okay, so how does all this actually change the way we build technology? Well, it's kicking off a massive revolution in software development, and it's basically splitting it into two powerful new paths. So on one path, you've got what's called AI-driven development. This is where you're using agents as these super-powered partners to help you code faster. But then on the other path, you've got AI-native development. And that's where you're building products that have these agents at their very core. And the impact? It's just staggering. With AI-driven development, we are seeing teams build software up to 10 times, that's 10x, faster. And look, this isn't just about typing code a little quicker. No. The AI is doing all the grunt work now. It's automating whole workflows, which frees up developers to focus on the big picture stuff, the architecture, the logic. It's a complete game changer. This incredible speed translates directly into a massive competitive advantage. We're talking about a potential 70% reduction in time to market. I mean, just imagine iterating on a new product idea in a week instead of a whole quarter. That's the kind of power we're talking about here. Entire industries are going to be reshaped by this. But hey, this isn't just about the tools. It's about a fundamental shift in the role of the human developer. The job itself is evolving, from someone who types out code line by line to someone who orchestrates these intelligent systems. So in this new world, a developer really becomes three things all at once. You're a teacher, right? You're guiding the AI by giving it really clear instructions. You're also a student, because you're learning from the amazing new solutions the AI comes up with. And finally, you're an orchestrator, designing the whole system of how humans and AIs work together. And this really gets to the heart of the new mindset. For decades, the core skill for a developer was mastering a programming language's syntax. Now, the single most important skill is being able to clearly describe your intent in a specification. Your success literally depends on how well you can explain problems and goals. You know, this is exactly why skilled developers are becoming more valuable, not less.
The bottleneck isn't how fast a person can type code anymore. The new bottleneck is how quickly we can design great systems and make the right strategic calls. And that takes human expertise, judgment, and creativity.
So, as we're stepping into this new agentic era, it's totally natural to wonder, what does all this mean for our jobs, for our future? And there's one question that's probably on everyone's mind.
Let's just get right to it. Will this technology replace me? I mean, whether you're an experienced developer or someone just starting out, it's the elephant in the room, isn't it?
Well, the answer might actually surprise you. The consensus from the experts who are deep in this stuff is that this is the absolute best time in decades to be in this field, not despite AI, but because of it.
And why is that? It's because all the tedious mechanical tasks that used to keep people out of programming, things like memorizing syntax, debugging really cryptic errors, all that stuff is being automated. The AI handles the annoying parts, which lets you focus on what really matters, solving problems and creating awesome stuff. And here's the part that should really get you excited. Just look at this. We are so early to this. Almost 90% of organizations are still operating on like an industrial age model. Only a tiny 1% have even started to embrace this agentic way of working. The competitive advantage for anyone who gets in on this now is it's enormous. Which leaves us with one final, kind of wild thought. If a single developer can now be 10 times more productive, orchestrating AI agents to do the work of a whole team, could we see the rise of the one-person unicorn? You know, a single visionary building a billion-dollar company? In the agentic era, that might not be science fiction for much longer.